gotta feed. Got drank by the lead, in the grill I'ma lead. The money ain't stopping, so I ain't need.
What up, gang? It's your boy ZaZa, man, and I'm back with a reaction video this time. This one coming from my brother Jimmy Grotron, so I'm gonna put his Instagram up here somewhere. Y'all make sure y'all follow my brother, man. This should be a good one. I know he sent me this one because he knew I was gonna trip. 4 reasons to grow F1s. So I was confused off top when I seen the title, and let's get straight into it. We ain't gonna do much talking, man. I'm excited to see. This is my first time reacting to it, so let's get straight to it.
Anyway, you ever notice how Ethos, a lot of their beans are labeled like F1 or F5 or R1 or RBX? I think I've even seen RBX1. Well, that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about today. So in case you're wondering, F1 pretty much just refers to the first generation from crossing 2 genetics. Also, guys, if there is something that I mentioned that might be off, or you know, you want to kind of add to what I already said, definitely let me know in the comment section. I've been doing a lot of research, but I'm not perfect. So if there's something that I might have missed or left out, you know, totally drop it right down below. Let's get up to like 1 million comments or something, yeah? But F1s, it just means just that. It's the first generation of whatever you're crossbreeding. And there are also some varieties of Ethos that are called IBL, which stands for inbred lines. And the reason I bring it up is because the reason lots of people prefer F1s over regular beans is because they're derived from pure inbred lines. So if I ever mention IBL...
The reason why people prefer F1s is because they're derived from inbred. That's not true. An inbred line is a line that's being worked towards uniformity. Uniformity is directly related to homozygosity, or one phenotype through an entire population. That takes a really long time of just stabilizing traits one at a time, right? But that has nothing to do with F1s. F1s are related to heterozygosity, which is the opposite. So I think what you might be referring to when you say maybe you're referring to a true F1. A true F1 is not the same as a F1. A true F1 is a direct offspring of lamb races. So no hybrids or polyhybrids in between, right? We know that we got 40 years of polyhybrids. So F1 has nothing to do with an inbred line. An inbred line is working towards uniformity or homozygosity, which is the opposite of what we achieve in F1. In F1 we achieve, I mean, you know, it's heterozygosity. So let's carry on.
That's what I'm talking about, IBL, inbred lines. You got that? Now, the reason certain IBLs are important is because it helps stabilize certain traits, and it can range from a variety of different things, like specific terp profile or even faster flowering times. Yo, the fuck is blowing me up this early in the morning? Oh my God. Probably just my IRL friends got nothing better to do. But anyway, like, when you think of inbred, you think of like some southern folk varieties. I already know somebody's gonna get butthurt, but I'm gonna say it anyway. That's not like cool, right? Okay, but when it comes to breeding these dank ladies, I mean, it's less disgusting, okay? Hopefully nobody got offended, but if you did, oh well, shit happens, right? Kind of like my shirt. I know it can get offensive, but I got it from Shameless. I saw Lip wearing it, and like,
well, I mean, you kind of had a point for a second when you know, but then you said, oh, it's different when we breed these dank ladies. It's not different. So when we think of the inbred line and we relate it directly to what you showed there, it's being related directly to that because of the recessive traits. We understand that when brother and sister, you know, have a baby together, we think you know, an image just like that comes in our head, right? This is a tool that's necessary in the cannabis world, though, in cannabis breeding, because this is how you need to be able to expose those recessive. You know, this is not a human being we're dealing with. This is a cannabis plant. So in that sense, it's much more ideal to go ahead and breed brother and sister to expose those recessive traits, which normally wouldn't show, and the dominant traits, which F1s only carry dominant traits.
Like the one episode, so I'm like, yeah, I gotta have that shirt. All right, now in all seriousness, now, like, whenever you cross IBLs, inbred lines for, you know, short, you're gonna see traits that would originally be preserved in the inbred parent lines, and that's how you get the different characteristics from certain genes, and that's exactly why they're so sought after. So now that I give you guys some pretty good insight on what F1s are and IBLs, let's talk about the top 4 reasons why you should be F1s. And again, this is from a lot of research that I've been doing because I've been getting into the breeding game myself, like I mentioned earlier on in the video. So first we're going to start with number 4, and that is high yields. Now, from the research that I've been doing, supposedly
all right, so off top, that's not true. There is no guaranteed traits that you're going to get from a F1. The only thing you're guaranteed is dominant traits that will carry, that the parents carry. But that's it. There is no guarantee. The only time you receive a guarantee when dealing with a gene pool is homozygosity, when you've actually worked throughout the line to create one phenotype. So all 4 of these answers are going to be the same. I'm gonna skip through them so we don't got to go too crazy. But
mention this one reason to be getting yourself some F1 beans is because of stability. That is literally the one thing.
All right. It's not true. All right. So ultimately, and this is why I suggest that when you got breeders who try to become breeders within the cannabis industry, it's not working for you because the cannabis industry is based on bro knowledge. It's not federally funded for the education to be there. So you have to step outside of that. You know, I've been breeding for a long time, and I started with dogs, and that's where my knowledge comes from. So. You can't rely on the cannabis industry to get good information when it comes to breeding. This is not a place where you're going to learn to be a breeder. You want to step outside of it. And ultimately, heterozygosity and homozygosity are completely opposite. You can never associate F1s with stable traits or uniform traits because ultimately there is no uniform. It's complete opposite. The only time you'll get some traits that are, is when we think in terms of hybrid vigor. Hybrid vigor is when you, through heterosis, you've created offspring that outperform both parents. But that's rare. It's hit or miss. It's not something that's guaranteed. And in that case, you still need to stabilize that hybrid vigor. You need to identify it, stabilize it through advanced back crossing methods, and eventually, but that's nothing to do with the filial generation or inbred line. It's kind of like you taking 2 different worlds and merging them together, and that could be confusing to somebody who really wants to learn good breeding information. So ultimately, I suggest do your research, and if you don't have somebody that's reputable, you can tap in with me, man. I'll be happy to help you get you up to speed as far as really understanding natural selection and how it works, man. This was a good one, Jimmy, man. I appreciate you, man. Hey, man, shout out to bro, too, man. I've seen his videos before, so appreciate whatever you've contributed to the industry. This is all respectfully. When it comes to being a breeder, that's what I am, so I'm going to always correct people who aspire to do the same. All right, and shout out to Team ZaZa. Y'all make sure y'all follow the whole team on Instagram. Comment, like, subscribe on this video, too, man. And like I said, hit that notification bell. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. And follow us on this journey. The Unrelatable Podcast Network will be rolling out mad shows, and we'll be rolling out a lot of content over the next couple months. So stay tuned with us, man, and we appreciate y'all taking this journey with us. We out of here, man. Bow.
The money ain't stopping, so I ain't easy. Hot boy gotta feed. Got drank by the lead. In the grill, I'ma lead. The money ain't stopping, so I ain't easy.